Guys, this is Dana, and today I haven't made a video in a long time for y'all. We've had family visiting, family staying with us, moving into the area, so it's been really hectic. But today I would like to make something special. This is one of my favorite meals, one of my favorite dishes to make. It's chicken a la Milanesa, which is breaded. It's dredged through flour and egg and then breading and fried, and it's very thin. What we're going to need chicken, and I like the boneless, skinless thighs, but you can use whatever chicken you want. We're going to use fresh garlic. I always love to use fresh garlic, but if you don't happen to have fresh garlic, you can always get powdered garlic, which is fine. Fresh garlic is always good. Garlic is a natural antibiotic. It's very, very good for you. And I will mash it in this. We're going to be using adobo seasoning, which is like, it has salt already included, and it has other spices, and it's like an all-in-one seasoning. And then we're going to put a little cumin powder in there, and this gives it a really smoky flavor. It's really, really good, but not too much. And I'm going to get everything started showing you how I make it. We'll see in a minute. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take the meat, the chicken, and we're going to cut off like the little bit pieces that are just kind of loose, and we're going to cut out these fatty pieces. I'm actually going to get a knife though. I'm going to use this knife. All these little fatty pieces we don't need, but I'm not throwing this away because I will use this for my dogs. All this extra fat that you see here, we're going to just clean it up. All right, so I'm going to do this to all the pieces. See, and just get most of the fat out. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I have cleaned all of the chicken. And now we're going to take a baggie. And we're going to put one piece of chicken in the baggie. If you don't like handling chicken, you can wear gloves. And you can have one of these or something similar. But you don't want to use the part that has the little hard piece, the little pieces like this, because the little spikes, because you're going to rip into this. You want to use this side that's flat, and you basically just going to flatten the chicken as much as you can. You don't have to hit it too hard, but just flatten it out as best you can, and you're going to end with a real thin piece. So you're going to end up with something like this. You don't want to hit it too hard because you don't want to start tearing the meat apart. See, it's just, it gets, and I like it a little thinner, so I'm probably going to hit this a little more. And then what I like to do is I like to cut out, there's a little vein in the thigh meat that I don't like, so I cut that out. So you just cut it out, and I'm going to put it over here on the side with my pieces that I'm going to actually cook for my dogs. So you end up with a thin, almost like a little steak. But you want it thin because you're going to, once you bread this, you want to make sure it's thin enough so that it's cooked thoroughly before the breading burns. So you just kind of evaluate wherever your thicker pieces are, and you just pound down a little bit. And the reason why I like to use the baggie is because it's thicker than regular saran wrap. It works just better for me. See how that's thin? That is like a steak versus this. That's so thick. So I'm going to do this to all of my pieces, and then I'll come right back. My chicken flattened out a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and use garlic. I got 5 cloves here because they're not too big, not too small. They're kind of just medium. And I'm just going to smash them with the thing one time. And that breaks up the skin. And that way you can just open the skin and put it in here. It's very easy to clean garlic. I've seen where people put them in like in a jar or something and shake it for a little while and it cleans it up, but I don't like cleaning a whole lot of garlic at one time. I like for it to be super fresh. All right, so usually I put a little salt in here to mash up the garlic and then use that in here, but since I'm using the adobo that already has salt, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna mash it. I like using the salt because the salt kind of acts as an abrasive and breaks up the garlic real small, but it's okay. It just takes a little longer like this. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Because it's not breaking up at all. So just a little bit of salt will, there we go. So much better. And I've been using the pink Himalayan salt. It's very, very good for you. You mash it until it becomes a paste, like that. Okay, one thing I forgot to tell y'all is we're going to use a lemon as well. We're going to use the juice of one lemon. And you can use lime if you want to. A lemon is just what I had in my kitchen at the moment. And we're going to put that on our chicken. I love lemon juice. I use lemon juice in chicken and also in fish. So that's that. We're going to add the lemon, the garlic, and we're basically going to put all this together. Since I put a little bit of salt in here, I'm not going to use a whole lot of the adobo. And kind of put the garlic and the lemon juice all over. Of course, with clean hands. All right. It smells so good already. Alright, so I'm going to wash my hands and I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to open up these containers so that I have them all open. We're going to start with the adobo, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle it over each piece of chicken. Not a lot, because like we already put a little salt in here. And the lemon juice actually is a good way to lower your salt intake, is to use lemon juice. Because the lemon has so much flavor, you won't miss the salt at all. Now, we're not going to use the garlic because we already put fresh garlic. We're going to put a little bit of cumin powder. Just a little bit. A little dusting. If you've never tried cumin powder, it's awesome. It has a really strong smoky smell. And some of the little pieces of chicken that I cut out, I went ahead and flattened them. So they're going to be like little medallions. Alright, so there we have it. We're going to let this marinate for about an hour in the refrigerator. And then I'll show you what the next step is. It has been marinating for a while. So now we're going to go to the next step, which is the dredging. Here I have flour. It could be any flour. I have eggs, and I have 3, just enough to use for all this chicken, and then I have some bread in here. I might need more of this, so let me go grab some more. Because I want it to be very, very thick in coating. All right. And I'm just using the toasted seasoned breadcrumbs. You can use any brand. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare the eggs. And I like to take out this white little piece from the egg. I don't like that. I don't know why, but I just don't like it. My granddaughter told me there's a shell in there. She's observing what her grandma's doing. She's a very good cook. All right, so we're just going to mix this up very well. Just come around here and say hi to everybody. She's my audience. This is little Iris.
Hi. Bye.
She loves to observe when I cook. Okay, so this is when you're going to get your hands dirty. Don't be afraid. All right, so we're going to put the chicken in the flour. Okay, I'm going to grab a little spoon. You're going to have a clean hand and you're going to have a dirty hand, okay? So you're going to make sure the flour goes everywhere, because the flour is what's going to make the egg stick to the flour and then the breading stick to the egg. And then you're going to put it through the egg. You drain it. And you're going to put it in where the breading is. And as you do this, you're going to see that it's going to get a little thicker. And this is the reason why you want to make it thin when you're first starting out. You want to thin it. You want to pound it till it's very, very thin, so that it's not too thick when you have all this breading and stuff on it, so that it cooks evenly. I'm going to press it down. And there you have a steak. Chicken steak. And you're going to put it aside. Okay, so now we go to the next one. Put flour on it. And we're going to do this with all of them, okay? We're going to do this same process with all of the pieces. And I'll bring you back whenever we're done with this, and I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, guys, I have a pan heating up, and this is going to heat up on medium, okay? If my stove is electric, and I have it like on 5, okay? Because you do not want your chicken to burn. If you do, what's going to happen is, if you have it on too high, what's going to happen is your breading is going to burn and the chicken will not be cooked well. So while this heats up, I'll show you what the chicken looks like. That's what you want it to look like. Even the little tiny pieces I have breaded. Those are awesome. Those taste like popcorn chicken whenever they're done. All right, so we're gonna wait for this to heat up. The smaller pieces starting to cook now. I'm gonna put the smaller pieces in there because these will burn easier, and if once the oil gets too hot, it'll burn the outside. So I'm gonna do these smaller pieces because they will cook really, really fast. I'm preparing a plate where I'm going to set them once they're cooked to drain with some paper towel. And this way I can ensure that once I place the bigger ones in here, that the oil is up to the heat that it's supposed to be. And this smells so good. These little medallions are awesome to make sandwiches. You can make sandwiches with this. You can make, you can eat it with rice, mashed potatoes. I mean, you can, it's in, however you want to eat them, you can eat them. These are awesome. They're a little messy and time consuming. Not so much time consuming as messy, but it's so worth it. Your family will love it. And they only take a few minutes really to cook because they're so thin. This is what you want to see. You want to see nice and golden brown. These are really hot still. You want to see this nice and beautiful golden brown, crispy on the outside and super, super moist on the inside. See the big ones? This is like a steak. I mean, it looks like a steak, honestly, and it tastes like a steak because of the lemon, because of the seasonings that we used. It's incredible. I don't eat red meat. I eat chicken and fish, and I don't miss the red meat because it all depends on how you season. If you're seasoning well, you should not even miss the red meat, and you should be getting enough protein. Now this is fried. You do not want to do this if you're counting your fat intake or your calories, because I don't know, they are fried. So, you know, that's an option. I've never made these baked. I don't think they'll work out baked because of the breading. I just don't see how they would become golden brown. I don't know, but you can try it if you want to. You can make this. This is just one option of how to fix it. You can, you know, try it your way, different ways. Try different seasonings. This is just how I happen to like it. You put it on there a few minutes on each side. You don't burn it, but you want to make sure that it's cooked well. Alright guys, so I'm going to leave you, and I'll come back when I have the finished product. Okay guys, here we have it. It's beautiful. I didn't cook all of them. I only cooked what we're going to use tonight. But look how beautiful that is. I'm going to taste one for you. These are still hot. Look at that. Delicious. Crunchy. Mmm. So good. So good. Mmm. To me, it tastes like steak. I hope you love these. Delicious. Hot. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. I'm going to try and get on a regular schedule of making videos for you. Like I said, it's been very hectic at my home. We've had company. We've had family moving into the area that are staying with us. So it's been kind of hectic. But hopefully, I'll be able to get more regular videos to you. If you would like to see me show you how to cook something specific, just put it in the comment section below. I'm gonna be more than happy to do that for you. This is actually a request that was made. So good. I hope you try this. You can make it with any cut of meat. It's really a way of making like country fried steak or country fried chicken with a little bit more flavor. With the garlic, the lemon. You can use any seasoning. If you don't want to use the Sazon, you don't have to. You can just use regular salt and pepper. But the lemon and the garlic give it such an amazing flavor. I hope you love it. See you next time. Thank you.